Hey everybody, this is Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. This is Flosstube number 38. Today is Monday, March 25th. And I think it's been 2 weeks since my last Flosstube, so we're doing a little better this time. I have a lot to show you guys, although I haven't been stitching as much as usual because I've been quilting. I've been quilting a lot. I totally have the quilting bug, but I am still stitching, and I still have a lot to show you. I'm still getting a lot done, I think, but maybe I would have more done if I wasn't quilting. But quilting is so fun and awesome. Since I'm blabbing about quilts, like, why don't we get that out of the way? Let me just show you. I have finished 2 quilts. Well, okay, one has like a little bit more to do, but it's basically finished. So I showed you guys my first quilt last time. Since then, that quilt was following Christine Stitch All the Things quilting tutorial on her Flosstube. Go if you want to give it a look or consider trying it. It's Stitch All the Things is her Flosstube channel, and she has a playlist of her quilting tutorials. So it was really like what's the word I'm looking for, like it was so helpful, like beginner, you know, like I had no quilting or sewing knowledge, so it was great. And then the other, what actually got me like kind of more into the quilting to start with was Priscilla and Chelsea at Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. Priscilla would show the strip quilts she was making, and she linked a video, not a Flosstube, but a YouTube video with a lady who has a quilt as you go method, and that's kind of when I I went down that rabbit hole, and I was like, yeah, I need to give this a go. But for my first quilt, I wanted to do it like the traditional way, so that's why I followed Christine's method. But then I thought I want to give this quilt as you go a try. So there's this woman, actually, I think her name is Jara, and she has a book. She has 2 books, and I looked everywhere. I don't know what I did with her book. Like, it's here somewhere, but I don't know where I put it. Anyway, it's called Quilt As You Go Made Modern. I got it at Joann's with a coupon. And she really walks you through it. However, she does have a YouTube video. I think it's under the with the Fat Quarter Shop, where she also shows her method, but it doesn't go into like all the nitty gritty and the measurements and all that stuff. So I highly recommend the book. It has many more projects, and it's a great book. All that to say, I did a Quilt As You Go quilt from her book. It's a strip quilt using a jelly roll. And I made this for my niece. I've actually got to make another one because I have 2 nieces. This jelly roll is from Hobby Lobby, so it's very cheap. It's not like super high quality fabric, but I think it turned out really cute. I've posted this on Instagram. Some of you have seen this already. So it's like throw quilt size. Obviously I can't like get the whole thing in the frame, but it's a lap quilt. It took 3 half jelly rolls. So Hobby Lobby and Joann's don't sell the full jelly rolls. They're like a half size. It's 20 strips of fabric instead of 40. So it took 3 of those. So it would, if you were to buy like a jelly roll from Moda, it would take 1.5 jelly rolls. If you wanted to just use the pre-cut jelly roll, you can supplement. You can like take white fabric and cut strips from that and kind of stretch your jelly roll, but I'm lazy. I don't want to do that. So I bought 3 jelly rolls. It was enough. I actually had some left over, but definitely you can't get by with 2 unless you supplement another fabric. So anyway, Quilt As You Go. Here's what I picked for the back. It's rather simple. It's just a pretty like mottled pink, but it picked up tones. And then the binding is just a cool like graphic black. I'm super pleased. I really love this quilt. The cool thing about Quilt As You Go is you quilt each of these blocks. So like here's a, you know, one block. You quilt it as you go. And then you combine all the blocks together. And then on the back, so the backing isn't quilted as much. It's just quilted. You can quilt it however you want, but mine is just quilted in squares as I attached it. So what was fun with the Quilt As You Go is you could get really intricate with your quilting. I did 3 lines of quilting on each strip, which I think looks great, but Jesus, it took forever. And I used a really cool thread I got at Joann's, and it's 100% cotton, but it's a variegated hot pink. It goes from like baby pink to hot pink, and so it was really fun. I'll get really close so you can see on this block. Hopefully you can see on this black one. The quilting thread is variegated. It goes from like hot pink to baby pink, and it just gives it more like of a fun, cool look. So pleased with this. I love it. I don't really want to give it away. I love it that much. But I will. I'm going to give it away. I actually have to make another one, and then I'm going to give them away. The other one I'm going to do with half jelly rolls from Joann's. And it's going to be a similar theme, but it's more like baby pink and gray and black and a little more like white. Less like hot pink, but still really girly and delicate. I think it's going to be really cute. Really cute. So that got a lot of love on Instagram. Thank you all. And then my other quilt is, I haven't shown it yet because it's not done. So I have everything done except for the binding. Like I sewed, the binding is sewed on, but I have to like, tonight I have to like, you know, fold it down and hand stitch it. So it's almost done. Couple episodes of Game of Thrones and we're going to be good. This is a quilt for my sister. I saw it. I just stumbled upon it on Instagram and it was so cute. I was like, I have to make that quilt. Sorry, I'm like I haven't like washed this yet, so I'm finding like little threads. So anyway, here's this quilt. It's called A Little Break and it's coffee mugs. And I have quilted it, and like I said, I just need to finish the binding. And then it's done. So then I'll wash it and it'll like crinkle up because it's not crinkly yet. I love the backing. This is fabric from Joann's and I love it. It's like retro coffee ladies. Super cute. I need to go buy more of that because I think I'm gonna want that again to use that. So yeah, that's almost done. This is for my sister for her birthday, which is in April. So I might be shipping this off before we do my next video. So I'll take pictures, like it'll be on Instagram, but you get the general idea of this quilt. I added this border to make it just a smidge bigger. It just felt a little small. Like originally I was just doing the gray, just felt a smidge small. So I added a couple more inches on it. Let me show you what the pattern, so I bought it on Etsy. The designer is Satomi Quilts and it's called A Little Break. And that's the size I made, but she has instructions to make it in different sizes. And it was actually, I mean, I'm a beginner and it was beginner friendly. I was able to follow the pattern. I was able to do what I needed to do. It's tedious, which is not anything to do with beginner or not. It's tedious because you have to sew so many little pieces to get your heart. And then especially like in here to get the mug handle, you know, it was a lot of little piecing, but not hard. It just used squares and rectangles. Like it wasn't hard. It was just like, oh my God, like, oh, I have to do 19 steps to like make a handle. Like, ugh. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. I'm super into quilting is the point. But don't worry, this is still going to be a cross stitch channel and I'm still stitching. So what have I been stitching? Well, I have a finish. I haven't fully finished it, but I have a finish. I wanted to, okay, I am desperate to start some new things because like so many things are calling to me, but I have a rule. I need 2 finishes before I can do a start. And so I was like, well, let me go get something that's kind of small. Maybe I can like knock something out. And I did. This is Barbara Anna Hocus Pocus. The picture makes it look like it's probably a good size, but it's actually a really tiny little piece. So it did stitch up quick. This is like a mystery linen, but I think it's 36 count. I think it's Lakeside Linens, but I don't know that for sure. And I subbed all the colors. It calls for Valdanis, which is an interesting choice. I love Valdanis, but it's not like we just all have them like hanging around. So I subbed it with like Weeks and DMC variegation, like whatever, just whatever I had on hand. I just threw it in. So I haven't fully finished it yet, but it's a finish. So see, it's quite petite. Like I said, something about this makes it look like it's going to be a real big pillow, but it's really not. It's going to be quite small. So probably next video I might have that fully finished. So that was my one finish. I need one more before I can start something, and I want to start all the things. But I'm really trying, guys. I'm trying to stay the course and hold myself accountable. And we're almost to April, and I've done it so far. But like all the market things are like, start me. Not just market, other things are calling to me. So that brings me to haul. Let's talk about haul. Let's talk about market haul. I feel like I was quite restrained. I really do. So here's the thing with market. I had to get this pattern that everybody else on the planet had to get and has also started. And that is the Blue Flower Quilting Bee. I mean, come on. We all love this pattern, right? It's gorgeous, and it's quilting, and it's a bee, and it's beautiful. The colors are absolutely stunning. And by the way, this does not do it justice. There are people on Instagram who have started this and just like zooming in on like just this part of the bee, and it's just so stunning. Stunning. Can't wait to stitch that one. I got this from a random seller on Etsy because I did make a market order from Gulf Coast Stitches, but she was out of this. So I got this from an Etsy seller, and I just noticed she gave me a John James needle. So what I got from Gulf Coast Stitches was I got 3 patterns. I had to get the Heartstring Samplery, the Stitching Life. I love this pattern. It's a sampler, which is really cool. It is kind of hard to see, like the picture, it's very like blown out. If the colors are really that faint, I don't think they will be in real life. But I'd probably try to punch them up a little bit, but I think they'll be fine. It says I could use a little more stitching in my life, like worked into the sampler alphabet right here. I really like this. This was Beth Twist designed this for like a retreat. And now she's releasing it for all of us. Love that. And it doesn't look like it would take that long. And then I had to get, I love this. Summer House Stitch Works, Sister Suffragette. I love this. Andrea in Colorado is stitching this right now. She's posting updates on Instagram, and I'm super jealous because I want to start stitching it, but I can't because I don't have enough finishes yet. I love it. But here's the thing. So the anniversary, it's 100-year, it's the centennial. So it's 1920 to 2020. So I figure I got next year, right? Like this is released early to give us time to stitch it for 2020. So I don't have to start it right now. I don't know that I want to finish it in 2019. I think I want to finish it in 2020. So I think I'm going to hold off on this one for a little bit. But I do love it. And it doesn't look like it'll take very long to stitch. It's, let me see how, it's only 43 high, but it is 195 wide, but it's pretty small. I can stitch that up real quick. Okay, and then this pattern, I haven't seen much chatter about this pattern, and I'm kind of surprised because I saw it and I was just like, that is gorgeous. But like, maybe I'm not watching the right people, but I really haven't seen much talk about this pattern. It's another blue flower pattern. Now, obviously we were all like losing our minds about the quilting bee. Yes. But this one is called The Color of Winter, and I just think it's stunning. I love the little house. I love the little people, but that border is just gorgeous. It says, the color of springtime is in the flowers. The color of winter is in the imagination. I also am dead at these little reindeer. So I love this. I don't know. Maybe you guys love it too. I just feel like I haven't really seen anybody talking about it, but I love it. Okay, what else did I get from haul? So, okay, here's the thing about this. I ordered this Black Friday, so I did buy those 4 patterns. Like, I am trying to watch my spending, but like, I ordered this at Black Friday, okay? I ordered from Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics. I ordered from her Black Friday sale. And I'm very patient because I learned the year before when I ordered from Hand Dyed by Stephanie, who didn't do a Black Friday sale this year. I had ordered from her, and even though it says like it could be 6 weeks, whatever, like, you know, I got it like the end of January. It seemed like it took forever. So I'm like, it's cool. I'm just buying this because it's pretty. I don't need it for anything. The Hand Dyed by Stephanie order, I actually like needed it for something. So it was really frustrating to like wait. This time I was like, I don't have anything in mind. These are just pretty fabrics. I'm going to just chill. It's all good. So like mid-February rolls around and I'm like, I think I should have that by now. Like, that's really weird. So I was like, okay, I need to email her. Like at this point, I'm thinking she just like, I got an email confirmation, but she just like didn't get my order for some reason. Like, so, and then I like forgot to email her for a while. So like finally I email her and I'm like, hey, I just wondering what's up with my order. And Leslie's like, I sent that out like ages ago. She's like, I've had my Black Friday sales like done, like, and shipped like a month ago. And I was like, oh, okay, because I didn't get mine. She's like, okay, I'm out right now. Like when I get home, I'll take a look, see what's up. So she emails me, and she responded very quickly. So she emails me and she's like, well, it says delivered. And I'm like, well, what the hell? And I'm like, I didn't get like an email saying it was shipped or anything to like look out for it. And she's like, well, that's weird. You should have got an email when it shipped. But she's like, it's delivered. And I'm like, well, I don't have it. So what the heck? I guess I'll have to call the post office, see what's up. So now I like click on the link and it says it was unable to be delivered, and then it was returned to the sender. And I'm like, are you in Michigan? Because it says it was returned to the sender in Michigan. And she's like, I am not in Michigan. Where the heck is that package? Like, what magic place did this package go to? I'm guessing she still never got that package back. And then I looked closer and I was like, oh, I think I know what the problem is. They tried to deliver it to Kentucky. So I live in a suburb of Boulder, Colorado, and it's called Louisville. And of course, PayPal like puts all that in. But I guess like whatever program she used, they left off the state. So it just was like Louisville and my zip code. And like somewhere along the line, like it got assumed it was Louisville, Kentucky. So obviously they couldn't find my street address in Louisville, Kentucky because it wasn't right and whatever. So it was undeliverable. So then, but then they sent it back to the sender, but it didn't go back to Leslie. So I don't know. Wow. This story just got really long. I'm sorry. The point is, Leslie was amazing. Awesome customer service. First of all, she was just like on it, like responding to me like really quick. And she was like, I mean, like, the second we realized, like the second I said, hey, it says they sent it back to you, she was like, I will dye as soon as I get home. I'm going to dye it again. I'll send it out to you ASAP. And that was before we even realized like the full extent of what had happened. So she made it right like immediately. And I got my order like within a matter of days. So it was awesome. So here's what I got for Black Friday. I got a fat quarter of Beach Walk, the ever popular Beach Walk. It's just a beautiful neutral. It's probably not going to show up so great, but whatever. I got a fat eighth of Heaven's Fury. I just thought this looked really cool. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for. It's like a beautiful inferno. And then I got a fat eighth of Christmas. The tag flipped over, sorry. Christmas in Williamsburg. And this is like a gorgeous, like burnt sienna or something. It's really cool. So that was what I got. And I don't think she probably normally does this, but I think because she felt really bad about it, she also sent me an ornament pack of small count or small size fabric. Some really beautiful fabric in there. So that was really exciting. So excellent customer service. Yes, would order again. Okay, and the last bit of my haul. Woo! You guys are like, get to the stitching already, lady. But this is exciting, and unfortunately I have like another story to go along with this one. There is a company, and I believe they're based out of Russia, and they're called Owl Forest Embroidery. And they recently became a little bit famous or known because McKenna is selling their kits through her shop. But I had heard of them before that because, I don't know, I'd like stumbled upon them on Instagram. And I was like, oh my gosh, their patterns are beautiful. And I even tried to like go check out if I could order, like consider ordering some, but their website was like in Cyrillic. And I was like, I don't know what's happening here. So I even like saved them on Instagram, and I even like took screenshots, and I was like, I have to figure out how to get this pattern, but I can't read this website. And I was like, okay, next time I get on my laptop, I'm going to try to like Google Translate. I'm going to try to make this happen. And what I was specifically looking for, they have lots of beautiful patterns, but specifically they had posted like a Jane Austen pattern, a Pride and Prejudice pattern. And I was like, need, want, oh my God. So anyway, this past weekend, they posted, we're launching an English website. And I was like, oh, what? So I ran over there as like fast as I could go. And I bought the pattern I wanted. It's a PDF. They do have beautiful kits with like beautiful hand-dyed flosses, but the Jane Austen Pride and Prejudice patterns are DMC, and you can just get the PDF. I ran over there so fast and bought these that I didn't even notice that they had a discount code on their Instagram post. If I could have saved like 10%. It's fine. I don't care. It's fine. So I got 3 Pride and Prejudice patterns. The first one is Longbourn. Pride and Prejudice Longbourn. and it's the Bennett sisters and their mom and dad and Longbourn. The second one is Netherfield. Netherfield is Let It Last. I love this. So they're all the same size. They're very similar, but they are different houses. So Longbourn, Netherfield, wait for it, Pemberley. Ooh, this one printed. The other one's printed in English. This one printed in Cyrillic. It's fine though. I can read a cross-stitch chart without the language. Pemberley. So, yes. They're beautiful. The best part is they're cheap. So I go to the website. The website's in English, which is fabulous, but the prices are not US dollars, and I don't even know what they are. Like, are they like rubles or like, I don't know what the currency is. It was a weird symbol. So I'm like, it says like $3.90. I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what these cost. But they're PDF charts, like they can't be that much, like $10, $12, I don't know, whatever. I'm buying them no matter what. So I go through the PayPal process and it finally tells me my total. So for those 3 charts, I paid $15. So they're about $5 a piece. I think that's like criminally cheap, but I'm not complaining. So yay. So go to Al Forest Embroidery. If you are interested, they have a lot of other beautiful patterns. I do want to say also, the site was super easy to navigate. The English was like fabulous. They are not paying me to say this. They did not give me free product. They did not ask me to review their website, I promise. I had no problems using the site, and the PayPal process was no problem. And so once I finalized through PayPal, I got an email right away that said, here is your order. And then it said the 3 patterns, it listed the 3 patterns I had bought, and next to each one it said download, download, download. And I clicked download, it popped right up. I didn't have to like go to the website and put in a password or like anything. So it was super duper easy. I'm very pleased. I'll probably buy more from them because they have some really beautiful stuff. All right, so let's show some stitching, right? I think I worked more on Snow Queen since I last saw you. Maybe I didn't. You might, I don't know. Maybe this'll, now that I think about it, I don't think I did work on it, you guys. But I'm going to show it to you anyway because I'm talking about it. So, Snow Queen by Mirabilia. But I think it's exactly where it was last time you saw it. It's on 32 count hand-dyed fabric by Stephanie Pollywog Princess. This was the fabric that I bought last Black Friday that I had to wait until the end of January to get so I could start Snow Queen. And I was very impatient because I wanted to start it. So here is where I am. Like I said, I think I showed you this last time. And it's still beautiful. Okay. Now what I really worked on. I worked on Cherry Hollow Farm Sampler by Stacy Nash Primitives, and I am halfway done with it and I'm very excited. Here is what it looks like. This is, you don't get a full pick. It's a cute little kit. It comes with the floss and the linen, but you get the idea from that pick. So it's a 36 count Weeks Dye Works beige and Weeks Dye Works flosses. And I am halfway done. So that border is a total pain in my behind. House is easy. Takes a while, you know. The alphabet's easy. That border is, ugh. It's just really easy to like lose your place as you're counting. all these little vines, you know, and they're all different. Like it does repeat, but it varies a lot before it repeats. So it's really easy to lose your place. It's just annoying. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay, what else did we work on? Some of these, those I just wanted to work on, and I made them fit into School of Magical Stitches and Literature. And then this last week, I had to get creative because those did not fit. So, one challenge was, oh, okay. Sorry. It's coming to me. We had to do the class schedule. You had to do at least 3 of the 5 classes. Everybody's talked about this on Flosstube, like you guys know, but our classes were like divination, Muggle studies, arithmancy, magical runes, and care of magical creatures. And you had to stitch 200 stitches on a project that fit into those. And you had to do at least 3, but if you're an overachiever, you could do all 5, which I did. But it was really hard to do like the runes and the arithmancy and the divination. Like it was hard. And I found a project that like fit for most of those. So it's a Etsy seller, The Witchy Stitcher, and it's a Ouija board. So I used this for divination, obviously. I used it for runes because I said these symbols look kind of rune-like. And I used it for arithmancy because of the numbers, using numbers to predict the future. So I used that for 3 of my 5 classes, and so I put like 600 stitches in. So here it is. This is from the Halloween box from Color and Cotton, Ouija board needle minder. And this is fabric that I hand dyed. It was like a 28 count even weave. It was like a baby blue. And I dyed it. And I love it. So there's that. So that did not work for Care of Magical Creatures or Muggle Studies. So for Care of Magical Creatures, I took care of a mermaid. This is Ink Circles Get Crackin'. I have been dying to get this one back out. Every time I like flip through my stash, I'm like, I need to stitch on that. It's just beautiful and I love it. I think the thing I love the most about this is the Gloriana silks. It calls for Gloriana silks and I treated myself to those. It's not too many. It calls for 8. They are just absolutely delightful. I have stitched with several kinds of silks, several brands, and it's always great to stitch with the silk. It's always really nice, but the Glorianas I think are the best. They are just so soft and so beautiful and luscious, and I love them. I wish I could just stitch everything in Gloriana silks. I'm stitching this on it's either a 36 or a 40 count. Picture This Plus in Serene. And here's where I'm at. So I had part of the Kraken and the ships done. I came down here and I worked on this mermaid. So I put my stitches in for my Care of Magical Creatures. And then I needed to do a Muggle Studies project. And I had several things that I could make work, but I really wanted to stitch on this project. And I was like, I think I can spin this. I can do this. So it's the Primitive Needle Salem Remembered. I only have a working copy, so here's a really crappy picture of it. And I'm doing this on a 40 count primitive hair. I believe it's Old Salem linen, which is fitting. And this is where I'm at on it. And I'm using I'm not doing the called for colors. This is the Color and Cotton from the Halloween box. This ochre color is a Dinky Dye silk, and the red-brown is, I don't remember, weeks maybe? So I spun this for Muggle Studies as any class about Muggle Studies would have to have a section about the Salem witch trials. So even though witches are not Muggles, any Muggle Studies class would talk about the Salem witch trials and the devastation that it wrought on the wizarding world and why wizards and witches have to stay hidden from Muggles because of stuff like this. So that's how I spun that. Okay, that's all. I rambled a lot. I thought this video would be really short, but actually I told a lot of stories, so it's kind of long, but that's okay, right? I've been watching a lot of Queer Eye on Netflix, if you guys can't tell, okay? From my demeanor. Totally more random rambling. The third season of Queer Eye on Netflix is set in my hometown of Kansas City, and it's great. It's a nice bit of nostalgia, but oh, it's a great show. If you aren't watching it, watch it. It's freaking awesome. It's very uplifting and wholesome and wonderful. I'm probably gonna go watch some of it right now as I finish the binding on my quilt, along with some great Game of Thrones, getting ready for the new season. So I'm rewatching the last season. So that's all I've got for right now. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope I'll be back to see you soon. Bye!